Memphis News Everywhere uncovers a murdered preacher's parents trying to stop his killer from speaking out. Matthew Winkler's family says Mary Winkler is hurting her children by talking to the media. Now they're heading to court to keep Mary quiet. Mary Winkler is scheduled to appear Wednesday on the Oprah Winfrey Show. She will talk about her shooting of her husband Matthew. Right now, Matthew Winkler's parents and Mary are engaged in a bitter custody dispute over the couple's 3 daughters. Eyewitness News Everywhere reporter Sarah Buttison is here to tell us how the Winklers are trying to silence Mary. And Sarah, how can they actually keep her from talking on Oprah?
Dan and Diane Winkler's attorneys filed this motion for a gag order today. They want a judge to stop Mary from talking to the media until the custody battle over the Winkler children is over. Mary Winkler taped an interview that's supposed to air on the Oprah Winfrey Show Wednesday. Her in-laws are doing their best to stop it from being broadcast.
And that's what they asked for in their motion, is a gag order so that the children and their lives will be disrupted as little as possible in an otherwise very public custody case.
Memphis divorce attorney Miles Mason says Dan and Diane Winkler are arguing that Mary's Oprah interview would harm her daughters, Patricia, Mary Alice, and Brianna.
When Ms. Winkler flies to Chicago to be on Oprah, she wants to be on Oprah. The children aren't old enough to make that decision for themselves.
The Winklers and Mary are currently battling for custody of the girls. Today, Mary's attorney filed an emergency motion asking for the children to immediately be given to Mary. Right now, they live with the Winklers, who want to terminate Mary's parental rights. Mason says those kinds of requests are typical during high-profile custody cases. But he doesn't think Mary's media blitz will help her win back her girls.
The case about termination will all be based around her parenting skills and her ability to raise these children in a normal environment. Being on television, I don't think advances that one bit.
Mason also thinks a judge may agree with the Winklers and grant a gag order banning Mary from talking to the media while the custody battle is ongoing. But it's probably too late when it comes to Mary's interview on Oprah.
The question is, can they stop the broadcast of an interview that has already taken place? I'm not aware of that ever being done before.
Even though Mary Winkler killed her daughter's father, Mason says it is possible Mary could end up with custody of her children, since the state shies away from terminating parental rights unless the parent is deemed to be a danger to the children.
Did Mr. Mason talk at all about how long this could all drag out in the courts?
He says don't expect this to be over anytime soon. It could be a year, even 18 months before we see the trial for the termination of parental rights.
All right, thanks a lot. In April, Mary Winkler was convicted of shooting her husband Matthew. She served just 5 months in prison. She's currently living in McMinnville, Tennessee, where she works for dry cleaners.